So I was hearing in San Diego about webtoons.com, and I hadn't heard about it until then. And several people were talking about putting things up on there, and um, I have been doing a webcomic. Actually, today I uploaded the 160th page of William the Last, and I've got a page scheduled for Monday. And there's some things going on with that. I'll talk about later. Good things. But this year I've realized I really need to put more consistent effort into doing my own creator-owned things. Um, Several reasons, but I mean, first of all, that's the most creatively satisfying thing. Second, as a creator, you want to build up an audience, and you want to be able to obviously make a living at it, but you have to have an audience first. Which brings me kind of back to webtoons because people were talking about how many people are on it and everything, and I'm like, how were so many people on this thing uh, without me ever having heard of it? And there are webcomic sites pop up from time to time. There's several different ones, but this one when I went and looked at it, it looks like there was an app. No, there is an app called Line. It's like a texting phone thing, and I used to use it with a friend of mine a lot. He would use that. He would, I think, once he went overseas, and we would use that to kind of text and talk back and forth. But it's that company, I think, if I'm looking at it right, that is doing. Anyway, they've got tons of comics up there, and most of them look like they're more Japanese style. I don't know if they're all Korean or Japanese artists, or if it's just that audience is kind of or those artists are influenced or whatever. What I But anyway, there's a lot of people. Like you can see how many people are subscribed to things, how many people view things, how many people have hit the like on this comic. And for a lot of the comics at the top, it's like, I mean, there's some that have a million likes, and of course, but like hundreds of thousands. Anyway, there's a huge audience on there, and I read through the terms of service, and you own your stuff. They don't own anything. You're free to put it up there, and you can connect your Patreon to it, which is and they've got this thing where if you get, I want to say it's like 10,000 subscribers, and you post more than two things a month. There's some like thing where they match or they donate. Basically, Webtoons contributes to your Patreon thing. I'm not exactly sure all the ins and outs. I connect to my Patreon. I mean, it doesn't cost me anything, and it's there. It's another outlet. So, anyway, I put William the Last up there. Now, when I put William the Last up to like on my website, I was promoting it, and I had a mailing list. It took months and months and months for that mailing list to get to like even like 40 or 50 people saying, "Hey, I want this in my email inbox." Then I think I had keeping track of subscribers on different platforms is hard. Like Feedly, like the what was the Google Reader used to be really good about that, but they discontinued it. They may have discontinued that before we in the last, but you can really hard to gain traction um, on it. And I got to where during I had pretty last year when I was posting consistently 3 days a week, maybe it was 2015 or 16. I got a lot of traffic and built it up, and it's been kind of sporadic there. And I'm just now coming back to really full steam postings. But so it was really hard even to get that first 50 subscribers in any platform, right? So I go to Webtoons, I upload it, and in less than 24 hours, I've got like 70 people subscribed to it. Now, that doesn't seem like a high number, except that it's like I'm stepping back and looking at it like, okay, how long did my email list at my own website grow to that point? Months. And the difference here is I went where there's already an audience. And so there's in a perfect world, you'd build your website and it would be all about you and, hey, come to me and look at my stuff. But the reality is you kind of have to go where the people are. And there is a lot of people on Webtoons. So I'm going to keep. So William the Last is up to page 160 on the WilliamLast.com website. I'm just going to release as an experiment on Webtoons. I've uploaded, I think, 6 pages yesterday, two today, something like that. So I put a big batch up to get people started. And then from here on out, it'll probably be a page a day, just trickling out those 160 pages. And then by the time I get caught up and run out of pages, I mean, I'm constantly building up a queue now. I just want to see how long with something consistent, a big an audience I can build there. So it's going to be an experiment. I'm not sure how it'll go. I'm not really worried about like financial stuff and Patreon and everything right now. I mean, that'd be great. That's obviously a goal for any artist and creator and things. But I'm more interested in experimenting with getting consistent readers in a platform that people are excited about reading those comics. And it's an iPhone app and Android, so it's an app, and people apparently get notified if they subscribe to you. They get notifications on their phone that hey, a new page is up. So they don't have to, whenever you put it up, they're there. And so anyway, I'm gonna keep you all updated on how it goes. It's an experiment for me, with some things going on, possibly with William the Last. Well, in the next year, year and a half, one way or another. Um, as far as the print book and publishing stuff, I think I'm moving forward with some things there that I'll talk about later. But I need to really push to build up an audience. What you really have to do is have an audience in place before you release the print thing. So weird. Publishing on the web is weird. Web comics tend to sell, or print comics actually sell. Uh, Sales don't hurt for the web if it's for something on the web. I find people actually want to have a physical copy of the thing that they've read on the web. I mean, I think if something that I was into that I was reading and I really liked on the web, if I saw it in a book form where I could have it on my shelf and always just go and look at it, I would buy it. So it seems I remember when web comics and print stuff first started. You started kind of getting that kind of cross of the web, and people wanted to print. Like, well, does it hurt sales? Does it help sales? And the if you have an audience that likes your stuff, they will be there for your stuff. So that's kind of what my next little project is. In addition to the YouTube stuff, the YouTube stuff for me has kind of stalled out with creating, the webcomic and the work for hire stuff, and just traveling this summer and getting the house ready to sell. Finally, we're actually putting it on the market officially. So it's been hard to really do like what I think are cool videos instead of just me sitting there talking. But anyway, sometimes the important thing is just putting something up and being consistent so that you can get to the good stuff. Anyway, that'll do it for me. I'll be back on Monday with another vlog. And like and subscribe. Hey, I just learned something about YouTube. There's a little bell. Like if you're watching this video, and then down above the description there's a little bell. If you hit that, and you have to hit it, it's not automatic. You'll be notified when I put up a video. If you don't hit it, you may or may not. So if you want to be notified when I put up videos, click the little bell so that YouTube will say, "Oh, they were actually." It's like you subscribe, but that's not good enough for YouTube. YouTube's, are you really want to see this? I know you subscribe, but do you really want to? I'm gonna give you a little bell. So hit the bell if you really want. I know you showed up in my house to see me, but if you really want to see me, you gotta step back outside and ring the doorbell. Okay, I don't know. So click the bell, click subscribe. See you Monday.